Hi, friends. It's Reverend Laurie with Unity of Ocala on this very chilly, brisk November morning. I just got back from Kinsley's school. I had to take her up a little extra cash for her book fair today that starts, it's about 8:30 now. It starts in about an hour. I wish I could go, but they don't let the parents or the grandparents. You'd think they'd make an exception for the grandparent. I am the one that has encouraged all the reading in the house, and I have not attended a proper elementary school book fair in about 30 years. I used to be able to go at that time. School safety, I get it. Anyway, I can't wait for her to come bouncing out with new books that we get to read and enjoy as we take the October Halloween books back to the library. Here we are in November. Wow. We're rounding the corner of a very interesting year, preparing for a bright and amazing year ahead. And this time of year is really the time to settle in, release, and enjoy the holidays. The holidays are upon us. There was a time in my life when that brought a lot of stress. I had two stepchildren in Colorado, and that meant saving the money for the plane trips because one of us would have to fly out to fly back with them and then fly them back out. So it was thousands of dollars in plane tickets, and then all the toys and all the grandeur. And we'd have Christmas breakfast at my house, and everybody would come over. Then we'd have Christmas dinner at grandma's, and then everybody go over there. And it was just overwhelming. It's not overwhelming anymore. Yeah, there's still chores. There's still the outlay of money for different things these days, different priorities for me. But in the last 15 years, it's been a season of grace for us, for my family, a season to slow down, not speed up. And there is so much richness to this season. And we will be speaking about all of the traditions around the globe, about what's going on from now, the beginning of November, to February, really, because there's so much activity. And it's our story, it's our journey. We'll be looking deeply into the story of Advent. Advent means different things in different Christian denominations, but for Unity students, it's a spiritual journey. It's our journey. It's the unfolding of our humanness into the birth of Christ. It's a brand new sacred beginning for all of us. Yes, we use the stories in the Gospels about the birth of Jesus. They all vary a little bit. The oldest one doesn't even have it in there. Go figure. But we're going to look deeply at it. It is our story to awakening, not just into who we are, but awakening into a space of grace, of bliss, of being that child filled with awe and wonder that people gaze upon in joy and celebration. It's our story. So each step of Advent brings us a little closer to our truth. The month of November is all about Bathsheba. She is the feminine counterpoint to the prophets, the apostles. I keep hearing something downstairs. I hope it's just my pets. It's still pretty early in the morning. Anyways, she is the feminine disciple of Christ. Bathsheba, there's so much to this powerful woman. I know you've heard some kind of incredulous stories about Bathsheba and what she represents, but we're going to dig into the real essence of Bathsheba and see who she is in us and what that means, that she represents the power of release. The power of release. It's represented by the color russet, which is a beautiful, deep auburn, goldish, reddish, brownish color. It's a beautiful color. And it signifies, as does the fall season, the leaves that let go of those beautiful, the trees, that let go of those beautiful leaves that they born and they bloomed, and it served as foliage and protection for so much. And now their time is done. It's time for them to go. And instead of weeping, the tree does not do that. The tree releases with grace, almost admiration and relief, as new spirit, new sap rises in the branches and the trunk. So that's what we're doing this month. Release, letting go of what the Advent used to mean for us, letting go of what Halloween, Thanksgiving, all of that magic of the seasons used to mean, and opening to new realizations of another layer within us. We're like God's little onions. Every year we peel off another layer of our Godness in us. I can't wait. It's going to be a fabulous season. We're not only going to celebrate Advent and, of course, Christmas and Hanukkah and bring the children up to light the lights and the menorah. We're also going to look at Kwanzaa and why Kwanzaa, especially this year, the African American tradition that is so incredibly powerful, why it is so important that we take notice of this community event of oneness and unity. It's going to be an exciting end of the season as we enter what I believe is going to be one of Earth's all-time most mystical, epic years and decade. I'm excited. I hope you are too. I found this beautiful poem in Susceptible to Light that I think just reflects the month of November, release, and Bathsheba. It's called Self-Care. Listen up, folks. Self-care. Perhaps we need to give dimension to the meaning of self-care. Self-care can mean finally sinking into the dark pools of your shadows you've long avoided. Self-care can mean encountering the self-spun and inherited veils we've cloaked over our luminous spirit, and inquiring, am I more than that? Self-care can mean at last entering the forest of your terrors to realize the fears you'd othered are all howling like night animals within you, passing through Halloween, and realizing the outside was always within, bringing a new wisdom. That's going to take some meditation thought. Self-care can mean finally looking yourself in the eye, into the black holes of your pupils and their wild desire to annihilate every untruth you have ever held about yourself. Advent. And within all this, self-care can still mean we get to eat a little extra chocolate. Hanukkah. The end of the season, all in one little poem. So join us on Sunday at our 10 o'clock service and our delicious conversations that we're having after service, which have evolved into this heart share at a spiritual level. More and more people are joining this circle of sacred gathering, and it's been so tremendous, especially for me and for all of us. Grieving and healing is so cathartic. And this Sunday, we're going to talk about our principles in unity so that everybody has a clear understanding of that foundation of who we are. And then, because it's been requested so much by everyone in the group, we're going to start dabbling into the metaphysical interpretation of the Bible and the Bible stories. Now, the metaphysical interpretation is a big, huge, weird word that simply means the Greek term meta, which means more than, physical. It simply means more than the physical. There's more to life than what we can see physically, hear physically with our outer senses, and feel physically, and know physically from a human point. Metaphysical means tapping into that inner wisdom through the resources of the human experience. The Bible is one such rich resource, written over thousands of years, passed down from oral traditions, often very mangled and mistranslated. But there is still an essence in the original Hebrew and Aramaic that shines a bright light on more than the physical and what is going on within us, because the Bible is our story, the story of man's understanding about God, not the reverse, the story of man's understanding about God. So we're going to peel away those levels of Advent, those layers of Advent. We're going to look at what each of those stories meant. Mary being called to the rooftop. Nazareth. Mary going away to her cousin Elizabeth in the high country. Traveling to Jerusalem, 9 months pregnant, over mountains, through valleys, on a donkey. What's that saying to all of us? No room at the inn to give birth, but in a stable in the wild. What's that telling us? And the birth of something so unbelievably rich and fantastic, it changed the course of history. Are you so excited? So I will see you on Sunday. If you have any questions about our topics or our classes or about unity, just leave a message on our website and we will certainly get back with you. And remember, God loves you. I love you. And we will see you soon, either virtually or in service. Thank you.